So today's episode is brought to you by Wholesome Life Moments on the Ranch. Colt just got done asking me about expanding the house. Which is good, because the house extensions actually give you more space for additional items. And while Monster Rancher 2 is a little more generous than Monster Rancher 1 as I recall, it's only just. I told her to go ahead. This is Bento, the carpenter. He's the #1 carpenter around here. Stop it, Colt. Although our motto is fast, cheap, and detailed. You will not be disappointed. I'll be looking forward to seeing your job, Bento. Oh, we cannot concentrate when someone comes into our site. We have to ask you to visit somewhere while we're working. When we finish our job, I'll come and get you. Got it. I have to stay at Pab's house. The Pab's house. Colt is, pretty prone to English, as we'll see. So don't worry. Of course, leave it up to me. How about that? Pretty neat, huh? Wow, you're done already? I told you, our motto's fast, cheap, and detailed. I'll take the money, ask us anytime. I don't know what to say. It is a good house. I guess that takes care of all of it, huh? Yep, and now we have a little more room. As time will go on, we'll see Bento a few more times, and he will expand eventually our barn, which is required for several different things, and our house a couple times. Now we'll get to that as we go on, but honestly, this is just kind of a neat little upgrade that will stay with us for the rest of the game, and I'm glad to have gotten it. I was a little absent-minded and skipped some of the earliest dialogue of the conversation, but you got the thrust of it. So I'm gonna just time warp on ahead, and I'll see you guys at the next milestone. It's been a while. Well, for me at least. For you, it was likely just a couple of seconds, or next week's episode, depending on where the break happened to fall. But it's time. Oh yes, we've been hard at work. In fact, just in order to test his strength, I had RockLobster battle in the tournaments on the B rank to get you the pure gold and pure silver items. But once again, plateauing at the B rank is not the worst case scenario. Things could be a lot worse, particularly in the fact that, well, it's a good money-making rank. There's nothing wrong with staying in B rank in order to power up a bit. Anyone who wants to do a never-tired method is going to spend a lot of money, so you might want to embrace it. But the time has come. It's been 3 months since the last official. It's been a lot longer since I've been in an official. Here we are again. This is the wall most monsters hit. Who will overcome it this time? Let's do this. Yeah, as said, RockLobster has been lifting some weights. In fact, he just went on a skill ranch not too long ago and got another attack that actually filled out his attack roster. This actually might be a good opportunity to try it. Ho ho, that was cool. Oof. I figured with his defenses he'd shrug that off a little better, but worms are no joke. Give him a love tap over the skull, and that's that. Really thought with his defenses that wouldn't hurt RockLobster so much. This goes to show you how wily some monsters can be. Ghoulshine. That's a kind of a scary name, right? Pirato. Alright. Okay, so he's an intelligence breed tiger. Tigers are mixed attackers. You really can do pretty well with either. So, the most important thing is to not get hit by that. Okay, that was less than ideal, but we can still make this work. Ouch. Ah, he has all distances accounted for. This tiger is a mixed attacker in the truest sense of the word. Come on, we got this. Regrettably, a lot of his very high accuracy moves are actually very high in terms of their guts value. Yes, use bite for a bit. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't until I can club you one good time. And I'm taking a lot more damage than I was expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be easy, but... Alright, so next will be the Queel. Like, I want to say it like the word liquid, but... The Quell? It doesn't really make sense no matter how I say it, so I guess it's a matter of whatever. He's burning through his guts pretty fast. One of the things that's been interesting is I've actually started watching through the anime again, but this time I have the box set of the Japanese audio with subtitles. And it's been eye-opening, because not only do you see just how much they've cut, which is kind of a lot, especially since a lot of the slapsticky humor got cut. Almost every instance of the word courage you hear in the English version, they use the English loanword guts to say in the original. I don't know if that's supposed to be some kind of reference to the mechanical element of guts, or more the... You know, the more figurative use of the term, and this, your gut instinct combined with your sheer will and determination. I think it's really interesting either way. Oh, he missed. And I missed on 80% chance, because of course. Oh man, that does a lot of damage. And I am not keeping pace right now. 4 HP. Awesome. Love it. Wow, this is going really terribly. Wow. This is bad. Oof. Again, like, RockLobster has fantastic defenses. I'm genuinely surprised I'm being endangered in this particular fashion. That plant cannot catch a break, can it? Aspen. Another hopper. This one, I believe, is a pixie subtype. I believe it's called a fairy hopper. Should avoid its intelligence moves whenever possible. Just slap me in the head. Or slapped RockLobster in the head, I guess. We will be raising a hopper later in this Let's Play. If you're wondering why I sound so sure of myself, let's just say I have my reasons. Okay, I think it's time to mount the counteroffensive. Now, when an enemy hits you for the better part of your HP in one go, you know that you can't afford to be hit by them. I like how it just kind of very peacefully closes its eyes and lays down, like it's just taking a nap. And not that it just got bludgeoned by a 10-ton scorpion made of stone. I know what some of you are thinking. Arrowheads are more like crabs or lobsters. Well, that's true, but arrowheads have stingers on their tails. Name me a crab or a lobster that has a stinger on the end of its tail. An honest-to-goodness stinger. And this is a Niton. This is actually the first time we're encountering this species. It's also exclusive to Monster Rancher 2. And it's actually a locked breed. You do not have the ability to generate one straight away. That's actually going to take a little bit of time. They're mostly will sappers. They're kind of designed to be this weird intelligence tank from what I've seen. I'll be perfectly honest, I've just never really raised one. Its luck must be worse than mine, because it's not landing a single hit. Now, interestingly, there is a monster in Monster Rancher 1 called a Disc, and it's literally a living saucer stone monster. If you port a Disc monster using the slating option from Monster Rancher 1 to Monster Rancher 2, it will actually be a Niton, and the shell will have the Disc emblem on the side. It's actually a very cute way of navigating that particular difference, because Disc is also a monster unique to Monster Rancher 1 that never shows up again. Another one where I need to avoid intelligence moves as much as possible. Generally speaking, that means getting close. Now, a fun fact about Plant, if you generate a monster in Monster Rancher 4, and the PlayStation 2 can't read it, like for instance, it can't really read PC game discs that don't also have additional tracks on them, you will get a plant monster called the Mushtan. It's a rare plant, but it is the default that it will generate. Well, from the PS2, starting from Monster Rancher 3 going forward, every game has a quote-unquote default monster, but we'll get into that later. We are now officially A-rank ranchers. Which is good, because this is actually a very important threshold for many unlock prerequisites. This is the result of the tournament. It's a little hairier than I would have liked, I'll be honest. Here's the prize money. Can't have more than 100% of anything, Colt. RockLobster learned a lesson. Oh, good. Nice boost to skill there. We actually only just got the message that he is in his prime a couple weeks before this particular tournament. Oh yeah, we're definitely praising that. He held out against rough odds. I want fish, which has become his habit. Every time he wins a tournament, he asks me for fish, and honestly, I'm happy to oblige, because that's a fatigue and stress reducer. I don't care if it raises his spoil, it's going to help him out in the long run. We're actually making pretty good time. I was worried at first, because the training was kind of slow going when he was young. Yes, who is it? It's express mail from Ima. From Ima, Snek, this is it. Need your signature here. Sorry. Here you go. Good. Have a nice day. Here we go. Alright, pop it open. Granting the rank mentioned on the right, 4th rank. We're at the 4th rank. I'll bet we're pretty famous already. If someone just kind of blew it into town, generated one monster, and was suddenly the very top of the sport, yeah, I think we'd draw some attention to ourselves. The A rank is where a lot of stuff becomes available, and it's also just generally a rank that you want to be at for lots and lots and lots of stuff. It's a great money-making rank if you end up plateauing here, too. In the meantime, it's back to work for RockLobster. He's coming together quite nicely. He's doing well for himself. But there's more to come. Now I'll jump ahead and see you at that point. So, another interesting event came up. Colt has now drawn my attention over to the altar that we built when we had that Suiki Suezo die. I went to the altar today and noticed it's looking pretty shabby. For the sake of our lost monsters, upgrading the altar may be a good idea. It'll cost 5,000, which is literally nothing to us, so yes, we should renovate. You're right. Monsters die, but their souls live. That's what Master Pabs used to say. Don't say that like he's dead. Those 8 monsters will be happy. I'll contact the Master's acquaintance. We're doing pretty okay financially, so I don't mind. Look at this, the new altar. Monsters in heaven may be happy. And RockLobster is doing well for himself. Slowly but surely. And mostly slowly is that skill stat. Soon. Very soon. We should probably try to make it a point. Maybe not this official, but maybe the next rotation. That would be good. For sure. Alright, I'm going to jump ahead and see you guys at the next milestone. And since we're all about those slice of life updates, Colt just informed me it's time to upgrade the stable for RockLobster. My instructor taught me better provide the stable first than bread. That's kind of up for debate depending on context, but okay. The stable's clean, RockLobster can live comfortably. Besides, you cannot train a big monster with a small stable we have here. That's kind of a hint, though it's not actually this upgrade that will take care of that. It's actually the next. If you rebuild the stable, RockLobster will be happy. I'll get Bento to take care of it. Now that I understand what you want, leave it up to us. Sure, I'll leave it up to you. Snek, let's go to Pab's house. Not the Pabs, just Pabs. How about that? Perfect. How can you finish the job so quickly? It's a secret, so never mind with that. Look at this new stable. With this big of a room, you can raise one big monster of your own. Oh yeah. Take a look at it. I'll take my payment. Rightfully earned. I wonder what he does to get this done so quick. That's a mystery for another time, Colt. More to the point, I believe it's not the first, but the second barn upgrade? I may need to double check this, but it's a prerequisite for unlocking Golem and Baku. In fact, there's actually a very easy way to tell. I actually have a Golem saved on one of my previous files. So the way to determine this via the scientific method is set RockLobster on ice for a moment. He looks very strange. And then we go to the shrine and tell the priestess you're going to raid your stable. So yeah, if that's good, you can create big monsters. Alright, maybe that's just the confirmation we need. But we can see it for ourselves by simply cracking open some old data. Yep, that's a Golem. So we have Golem and Baku now. All the better. So, I'll see you guys at the next update, and we're going to continue on our upward track. Hopefully to the S rank. That would be fantastic if we could do it. So I'll see you there. So, I was just going to get some more nuts oil and mint leaves, and this event queued, so that's cool. What is this? What kind of seed is it? I don't know. A wholesaler often brings the new items. He said he got this at the Pear region. I wonder what seed it is. I've never seen this before. It's like really big sunflower seeds. Not even in the textbook. I'll give it to you. Because Snek and Colt are my loyal customers. Thank you, Auntie. Okay, then. Now, first of all, I need the bare essentials. So, now we're going to get a couple different events as time goes on. What week is it? Got so caught up, I forgot what part of my rotation I was on. Whatever, we'll ad-lib. So, he's good to go. We've been working on strength. Plus, this will let you see what a 3-star event looks like. It's the same, but more. The basic animation doesn't actually change at all. What? Oh, come on, you're not that old yet. That's annoying. That could be a bad sign for our buddy here. It's a seed from Aunt Verdi. It's buried a seed in the corner of the ranch. I wonder what kind of plant it is. Let's wait patiently and see. No, his style is even. He's probably just getting old, so we better hurry up and do what we need to do. Which is good, as I planned on entering this official to see if we could push it. Which probably will be the ultimate final showdown for our big crustacean buddy here. But that's okay. A lot of machinations have been set into place already in his humble existence. So I'll catch up with you guys when we're there. Those who've been tired of the filler updates, well, it's time for some action. So we're going into the A-Rank official tournament. Whether we'll clear it or not remains to be seen. So been a change of seasons. Yes, we're finally here at the official tournament grade A. We've achieved the highest grade. Strongest you can imagine are here and ready to fight. Snek, let's win! I see some tough contenders already. Some of these are going to be a real pain. Meaning I need to get as close to her as humanly possible, as fast as possible, before that happens. Her intelligence attacks will destroy us. Of course. Wow. That was a lot, but it's still less than I expected. At 800, I really thought I'd do more than that, but here I am. This goes to show you, where the numbers are the same, the monsters may not necessarily be one for one. Naga attacks are fundamentally very different from arrowhead attacks. My biggest contenders here are likely Siva the Dragon and Gotrek the Zilla. It's not going to be fun fighting either of them. This monster has incredibly low stats, at least defensively speaking. That said, if the game wants to get its attack off first, it will, guaranteed. However, there are ways of fighting back in its own right. That's why you never neglect to have a defensive stat. Looks like I'm gonna have a rival in Sharkin. This is gonna be dangerous, no doubt in my mind. So as I proved last time, fighting dragons is always dangerous. Really, my best bet is just go on the offensive. It's like, I cannot afford to have him hit me. Oof. My defenses are high, but Dragon's attack power is also very high, so you just can't risk it. Well, there goes my rivalry. He lost to the Mochi, who lost its previous two fights. It's like Gotrek is the real thing to be worried about here. This is gonna be annoying. Yeah, figured that would happen. Just have to rely on a coin flip at this point. There's nothing else for it. I'll be honest, I don't like Mochi. They're not interesting monsters. They just went to try to make a cute mascot creature, which really just kind of took the spotlight away from Suezo, who is rightfully the series mascot. Wow. Not to mention their stat growths are entirely unremarkable. Instead of actually giving them anything to specialize in, they're just mediocre across the board. So now I absolutely have to beat Gotrek if we're gonna win. And I have a bad feeling about this. See, don't let that power stat fool you. This guy looks like a weakling, but he's not, because he's a Zilla. If that hits me, it could be catastrophic. You guys don't understand. I fought Zillas before. They are terrifyingly powerful. And honestly, his build was similar to mine in that he was just kind of hoping to get lucky. But honestly, it wouldn't have taken much for him to have destroyed us. So at this point, if I win consistently, the only one who has a straight win record, barring one loss, is Gotrek. If I can avoid any further complications, I can win simply by rematching against Gotrek and doing what we did before. Duckins. They're one of the few species that rely on suicide tactics. They debuted here in Monster Rancher 2, and they've been around ever since. They're actually kind of popular, as I understand it. Oh, I hate gut-sapping strategies. And as said, Duckins are, indeed, one of the few species that think full-on kamikaze tactics are a good idea. If I get luck-sacked, I swear. Just had to get that one last middle finger in there. Alright. Did I mention Monster Rancher 2 is fundamentally much harder than Monster Rancher 1? It is. And there's basically no exploits. You pretty much just gotta fight against it. There are certainly plenty of different ways to win. I've beaten the game multiple times. I'm just saying. Fact of the matter is, that's simply how it be. They're putting me up against nothing but gut sappers. They just know it's antithetical to my playstyle, and they're doing it deliberately now. I don't feel bad for that. Just because I've raised Nagas doesn't mean I sympathize with that one in particular. So unless Gotrek loses his next match, which I'm not going to figure is likely, it's going to be a rematch between him and me. Yeah, that's pretty much how I figured that would happen. But we each only have one loss each. So if I beat him, I still win, despite the absolute RNG garbage I've been having to deal with this whole time. Alright, go time. Of course, I'm gonna get luck-sacked, aren't I? That just looks weird. Like, I get the idea behind it, but that just looks so weird. You know, I take it back. The magic dodging me in Monster Rancher 1 is not the most frustrating thing in these Let's Plays. It's a Zilla, of all things, dodging my attacks. A Zilla. Literally, the walking whale. And there's that grit command. I knew that would come to haunt me sooner or later. Knocking up. Please do not name your attack that. Now, the worst part about grit is it can actually activate multiple times, and there's no payback for it. Like, you don't have to lose guts or anything else. No, you just get back up. Thankfully, despite my frustration, we won. And that was, indeed, frustrating. This is the result of this tournament. Here's the prize money. Colt. It can't change. Oh, nice boost to skill. Won't sneeze at that. Yeah. Oh, he didn't ask for fish this time. Maybe he knew he was going to get fed straight away, so... a little more patient, maybe. Yes, who is it? Express mail from Ima. This is it. I need your signature. Sorry. Because, you know, that joke was hysterical the first time, so it was worth repeating every single time. 5th rank. 5 more ranks to go. We're halfway there. Yes, who is it? You have mail. Is this a sale, I assume? Indeed it is. Well, people who have never played a Monster Rancher game would of course see halfway there and be very surprised. And once again, if you clear the S rank official, which I might try, you can skip it in all future monsters, because it will treat it as if you've already cleared it, no matter what. Now, I don't know how much longer RockLobster has in him, but I'm going to give it my best shot and see what we can do. If we can make some magic happen, we certainly will. I'll see you guys in a little bit.